Okay, we are now recording. This is the February Panhandle Poultry Project Zoom meeting, and tonight we're going to talk about the show and some of the things you need to know about the show and what we're looking for, and then we're going to do some question and answers for those who may have questions. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen just to give you an idea of how you're going to pick the bird that you're going to bring to the show. So I have pulled up just a few of the breeds that I know have already registered for the show that are going to come to the shows. And if you have a breed that's not listed here, then um, we can Google them tonight and we'll talk about that. Now, I have this is not one of the breeds that were listed, but it's a breed I'm very familiar with. So I'm going to start with the Old English Game Bantam. If you are going to use one of the birds that are provided for showmanship, I usually bring some of my Old English Game Bantam hens to the show because they're small and they're tame. And it's a lot easier for, especially our Clover Bud 4-H youth, to handle one of these little ones rather than like a huge Rhode Island Red Rooster or something like that. So, what I did was I just put in American Poultry Breed Standards. So, the American Poultry Association is like the AKC with dogs. So, the American Kennel Club comes up with the dogs, each breed's standard. So, the same thing with chickens, each breed has a standard. And the birds are not necessarily competing against each other, but they are competing against that perfect bird that is the standard for their breed. So you're going to want to have certain characteristics for your bird that are going to be more desirable. And some things will be disqualifications. And so when you're selecting your bird to bring to the show, these are going to be the things that you're wanting to see. The size for your bird is going to matter, especially if you have a Bantam breed. I know some of the youth that have already registered have a Bantam breed. With the Black Old English Game Bantams, I know that they are black. Breed standard is that there are no white feathers at all. That's a DQ disqualification. So I know that for that specific variation or variety, that you're going to have certain disqualifying characteristics to each breed. So you'll want to make sure you are aware of what those are. Because I showed the black Old English Game Bantam, I know that any feathers that are not black are going to be a disqualification. The combs have 5 points. So I'm going to look here at the barred rocks. This will also tell me, and these are Plymouth barred rocks. It says a single straight comb. It doesn't specify how many points for that. Rhode Island Reds are single comb and rose comb varieties with yellow legs. So it just depends on what particular breed you have selected to show. And if anybody wants to put their breed in the chat, I can bring that up. I do know that we have quite a few coachins that have already registered for the show. And there are Bantam and standard coachins. So you want to decide if whichever variety you have. If you have a standard, then these are the weights. And if you have a Bantam, these are the weights. There are also going to be recognized colors that are only recognized. So like, for instance, with the Cochins, you can see buff, black, white, partridge blue, silver lace, golden lace, mottled, birchen. So there is another color called splash. It's not a recognized color by the American Poultry Association. So if your bird is a splash, you may want to select a different one of your chicks if that's your color option that you have there. And I don't see anybody has put any breeds in the chat. Do you want to unmute and tell me what breed y'all are looking to bring? Samoyed? Is that spelled correctly?
No, it's supposed to be Samoyed.
Oh, Samoyeds? No,
Yeah.
that's a dog. All right. No, I keep pulling up a dog. How do you spell it? Samoid, is that right?
I have no clue.
Okay, Lily, I'm going to come back to you because I keep pulling up a dog. And I'm not
Okay.
sure. Okay. Okay, I've got Caroline with a cream leg bar. And so I pulled up a cream leg bar here. And again, all I'm doing is putting in American poultry breed standards and then the breed. And it'll pull right up what the standards are. Now, some extension offices will have a book of breed standards. Not every office has that because it's about a $90 book and everything's on the internet. So not every office has one of those actual breed standard books that they order, but you can also just pull it up. So our cream leg bar, this is what our cream leg bar looks like. And are y'all able to see that screen? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. So it's going to show a small tight crest, which is more prominent in hens, and thin wattles and a slim alert carriage, gray colored with white bars. And our males are going to be a lighter color, single large upright comb with 5 to 7 peaks and a yellow beak. So that right there should help you kind of weed out some. If you have 3 or 4 of these and you've got one that's got some gray on her legs, that's not the one you want to bring. Does that make sense, Caroline?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I'm going to add another here for Marin. I don't know about that Samoyed. Samara. Okay. Sarama. I'm so sorry. Sarama. Okay, Lily, hang on. I'm going to get you in just a sec. Let me pull up Marin real quick. And Caroline, how do you say this? Do you say Marin or do you say Moran?
Mirand.
Okay. So I say Marin, but I don't know. I think it's like tomato, but I've never heard anybody say tomato except like fancy chefs. But so I think either way is correct. I'm not sure. I could be totally wrong though. And you could be totally right. I haven't Googled to see how to pronounce it. But so they are a French breed, and I know one of the things you're going to look for is the feathering on their feet. So they aren't booted like a Cochin would be booted. but they're going to have more feathers than just like one or two sprigs on their leg. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so that's one of the things that's going to be the very first. Now you had said blue birchen. Let's see.
Blue birchen moran.
Just trying to find. So this is another. This is an actual the Moran Club of USA, and so actually trying to find what varieties are recognized. Okay, here we go. What you said, blue birchen. I see a blue wheaton. Could that be what color you're talking about? Because I don't see a recognized birchen at all. I see a blue wheaton and a regular wheaton. Is that what your babies look like?
No, she's like all of that color. Blue. Yeah, she's all blue.
Okay, she's blue. Okay. Let's try.
That's
Does she
her.
look like this? This is her. Okay. Okay, so that's so pretty. Okay. So then it says it's a non-standard variety, which I think that means that they probably won't recognize at an APA, but you would need to investigate that a little bit more. Let's see what we can come up with. Okay, accepted breeds.
This is the picture of my baby.
Oh,
I believe.
oh, bring it a little closer. Okay, so she's solid. Yeah, it is kind of blurry. So it's saying that wheaton is accepted as a breed standard at the American poultry, but I don't see anything about blue being accepted. Okay. Is that the only color that you have, Caroline? Caroline,
Yes, ma'am.
is that the only color, Marion, that you have?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I would follow the guidelines, what it's saying here. Well, hang on, I got to go back.
It says Miranda's on the list.
The lady said
Yes.
for standard.
The color is, but that's okay. Bring it, because this is going to be this show is for youth. So this isn't like a national, this isn't how can I say it? It's not an APA show, but it is an APA show. We're judging based on those standards.
About a chocolate Orpington.
Chocolate Orpington.
What about a chocolate Orpington?
Let me.
Chocolate Orpingtons are not approved.
I didn't think chocolate was. I know, Ayla, that's what you have, isn't it?
It's not. Grandma and I looked at getting some, but when we found out they weren't approved, we didn't end up getting any. We have Orpingtons, yes, though.
No, not right now.
Ask her about the silver lace Wyandotte.
What about a silver laced Wyandotte?
The Wyandottes are silver lace, golden lace, white, black, buff, partridge, Colombian, silver penciled, and bantam.
We have a silver laced Wyandotte.
Okay. And then the the Orpington, buff, black, white, and blue. So the chocolate and Jubilee and Splash and Lavender are not currently recognized. However, they're the prettiest. So I had some Jubilee Orpingtons because I really liked speckled Sussex, but they're just not a hardy bird. They can't handle the heat
All right, well, you can
of
bring
Florida.
Freebird.
Okay, so I'm gonna look for Lily Sarama. Now, Lily, do you have a pullet?
It's a cocket, whatever it's called. It's
Okay,
a rooster.
It's a cockerel? Okay.
Yeah, cockle.
Okay. All right. So when you put yours in, the Sarama Council of North America, and if you're pretty serious about this breed, I would highly recommend you join the Sarama Council because they have a real, I think it's like $5 or $10 a year for youth to join. When my son showed in 4-H, he showed Saramas and was a member of the council. And there's a gentleman who is a pretty serious breeder in New Orleans who likes to help out 4-H youth and get them some quality stock. So you could reach out to him and get attached to him through this Sarama Council. It's been a while, but he actually shipped my son live birds overnight from Louisiana. All right, so Calvin, I'm going to pull up Bielefelder's. I'm going to try really hard to spell it correct. I didn't. I wrecked it. Okay. Okay, so Bielefelder's is not recognized by APA, but that does not mean that you can't bring them. Okay, Calvin? I would follow these breed characteristics even though they're not officially accepted by the APA right now. We could still, and they're I love a Biele, and I don't even know if that's how you say it, but that's how I say it. It's Bielefelder. So
Calvin's not in the meeting.
he was I just admitted him back in. I think he's back in. Calvin. Okay.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, so I pulled up the Bielefelder, if that's how we say it, and they are not an APA recognized breed, but their standard is on the internet here. And I would still, if that's your breed that you brought, I would still go ahead and pick the ones that closely resemble this breed standard and bring them to the
Okay.
show.
If I have a rooster, would that be preferred?
Either way is preferred. So what I always tell the youth is if you have whatever your bird is, whether it be a pullet or a cockerel, whatever matches that breed standard the best is the one you would bring. So this is not a pullet show, that meaning you can bring a cock or a cockerel. All the birds from this year would be cockerels, but if you participated last year, then you could bring a cock to this show. But I know for the most part, everybody wants a pullet or a hen because they lay eggs. But we have had roosters in this show, and that is not a disqualifying characteristic that they're a rooster. So you can certainly bring a rooster or a cockerel to the show. All right, so I did want to pull up the website while I've got you on here. I'm not going to take up too much of your time tonight. And I want to just go over this. So if you put in Panhandle Poultry Project, we're the first one that pops up, which is pretty cool on Google. So this is our website. And when you look at show day, our show is on the 28th, and you're going to bring your best one bird to be judged. Now, we are also going to have birds there that are available for the youth to use for showmanship. These are going to be black Old English game bantams that I raise that are very tame and they're little bitty and they're easy to hold. And so I bring 2 or 3 of those every year for the youth to use. Now, if you have raised your bird that is going to be in the show for, and you're using that bird for your showmanship, that's perfectly fine as well. Some youth prefer to bring a showmanship bird, but just when you bring that bird, it won't be in the cage for judging. So that's going to be a separate bird that you will keep. It'll be out in the barn with the other birds, but it's not going to be judged based on its characteristics for the show. That's going to be just the bird that you pull out to do your showmanship with the judge. Okay. And we are also, as we get a little bit further into the registration process, we're going to send out emails for everybody to let us know about what if they're going to be participating in avian ventures. So if you're returning 4-H'er from last year, what was called the chick chain. So if you are returning 4-H'er, you have the option of doing what's called avian ventures, which is like a demonstrated talk, like a demo or an illustrated talk or a speech about poultry. So you will give an illustrated talk. It will not be how to rebuild a carburetor because that's not got to do with poultry, but it could be how to trim a chicken's nails or how to get your bird ready for the show or how to inspect your bird for parasites or how to determine what the best food is, whatever, something to do with birds. We've had over the years lots of youth do how to take a picture of the chicken, which is not the easiest thing in the world because they're constantly making micro movements. You could also just give a speech about the history of your bird's breed, for instance. If you have Australorps, you could talk about how they are basically Orpingtons from Australia. So it has to be something that has to do with poultry. Does that make sense?
Yes. For the
Okay.
presentation, can you like write a speech or do you have to do like something on the cardboard or something?
No, you can do either, Caroline. So you can do an illustrated talk, which is more like or a demo or a how-to, or you could do just a speech. So if you wanted to write a speech about how
How to set up a brooder box?
I didn't hear what you said, but yes.
How to
I
set
was
up,
thinking how they catch chickens in Key West, something like that. What was your thing, Caroline?
like how to set up a brooder box?
Yes. So that would be more of a demonstration because you could actually bring a brooder box and all the elements and go over that. So that could be a demonstration or an illustrated talk. And so everybody can touch base with their 4-H agent and they can find out if their 4-H agent wants, if they like that particular topic, and they can work with you as well. I know I work with my youth when they have shows and want to do an illustrated talk. So I am going to now, someone in the chat, oh, Caroline had put silver lace line dots. So we've gone over that. The other thing I would recommend, I'm going to, before I stop sharing my screen, I'm going to touch on this real quick. So it's a dual purpose chicken that developed in the 1870s and became recognized by the APA in 1833. That's the kind of stuff that you're going to want to talk about when you're in doing showmanship, if that's the bird you're going to use for showmanship. So Rhode Island Reds are dual purpose, and that you could learn about. I mean, they originated in Rhode Island, in Massachusetts, and so then like your whoever had the Bielefelders, you could talk about that particular breed is German and how they Calvin, was it you that had the Bielefelders? Calvin? Okay, Calvin might not be there. But oh, we lost him again. He'll come back in just a sec. Okay, so and there are certain things that are specific about each breed that you know, little quips you want to know. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing that, and then now I would like to answer any questions that y'all may have about the show, the prep, or anything like that.
Is primary and secondary feathers where you just pull out their wing?
So when you pull out the wing, and I'm going to go, I said I was going to stop sharing, but I'm going to share again. Okay, so when you go to the website and go to the knowledge test, when you pull out, and I'm going to pull up intermediate senior study guide because it has all the information on it without overwhelming. So if you look at the bird's wing, the longer feathers in the front here, those are the primary feathers. And then you have your secondary feathers in the back. Okay, and then they're separated when you have the wing open. I should have grabbed one of my chickens and brought it to this meeting with me. But when you have the wing open, you'll see the primary feathers, and then there's an axle feather, and then the secondary feathers. And so when you look at your bird,
Okay.
you'll be able to see that. And that's one of the things you'll want to point out during when you're doing the showmanship. And so
Okay.
these are all the different parts here for pullets and cockerels. Now your cockerels may not have, but just a spur bud at this point. They might not have the whole spur, but you could go ahead and point that out. This is where their spur is going to be, just depending on how mature they are.
Okay.
And if I can go back. So in the junior clover bud test study guide, will show you. So if you're in that age group, you're not going to have to know all of these parts, but we labeled them all just for your knowledge. We didn't. You'll have to be able to identify as a clover bud or a junior comb, beak, back, wattle, vent, and wing. And these are all labeled there. And so there's a section here that talks about avian ventures if you're returning and you want to talk about that. Now, this looks like it doesn't work, but I promise if you click on it, it will work. I don't know why the preview is messed up. The preview is I don't know why, but it is there. So if you just click on it, you'll have that. And then record books. Please don't wait until the day before record books are due to start working on your record book, because it'll make it a not fun experience. Okay. And if you've lost your record book, you can re-download them right here. So Clover Buds have their own record book, and then there's another record book for everybody else. So if you're a junior, intermediate, senior, or you're doing production, it's all one record book. Now, if you're a Clover Bud that's doing production, you can just go in here. What you're going to do is print this egg sheet. So that's that's what is required for our production birds. And if you have production birds and new birds, you're going to do one record book with everything.
I have a question. What's the
Yes.
website that you're on?
Okay, so what I did is it's a convoluted little website, but if you go to, I'm going to go all the way back, okay? And if you Google Panhandle Poultry Project, it'll pull right up. It's the very first thing. And it says Panhandle Poultry Project UF IFAS. You see that?
Yes.
Okay, and then you go there and this is our website.
Okay. And if I go on YouTube, I can see the video that we did today.
Yes, so if you go on, well, if this video that we're recording as we speak will be on the website probably, I would say Monday or Tuesday.
Okay. 'Cause we have
And
to, like,
but I will upload it to, because Santa Rosa County 4-H has a YouTube channel, and I will upload it to that. And if that would be easier for everybody, and it probably will, I can just upload it to our YouTube channel this evening and then shoot the link back out. But if you go to some of these have a video where and again, this works even though it doesn't look like it does. So there are videos for each little section that we have gone through. And then with showmanship videos, it talks about bath time and then how to train your bird as well. So there's videos on all these, and I will send, oh, Calvin's back. And then I will send the link out this evening or in the morning for this to those that weren't able to make it. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing again. And what other questions can I answer?
When does the record book due?
The record book is going to be due. Just one moment. I need to look at a calendar. I believe they're due the 20th of March. It could be the 23rd.
so that gives us like a couple weeks to do it.
Yes, you should have gotten your record book when the project started. I went and, oh, you know what? I think on the very first page, let me go back to home here and look, because there is a project timeline. Okay. March 23rd. So that Monday, before the show, they're due to your 4-H agent, March 23rd.
Do you go to the 4-H office and then just hand them in?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay.
What county are you in, Caroline?
Wakulla County?
Wakulla? Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yes,
Yes.
Dr. Rachel will take your record book, and if you have all, I mean, I don't think, like, so for instance, I'm the Santa Rosa agent. If my kids brought me record books the Friday before they were due, I wouldn't go, I'm not taking this because it's not due till Monday. So you can check with your 4-H agent and find out, because it may be more convenient for y'all to drop it off on a Friday than it would be that Monday. But you can organize that drop off time with your 4-H agent. Are there any other questions I can answer?
What all counties are going to be there?
I'm sorry?
What are all the counties that are going to be there?
Okay, so this is open to the panhandle of Florida. So those 16 counties from Escambia over to Jefferson. However, in Escambia County, they have their own show that they've had for years and years and years that this is a conflict with. So they usually don't participate in this program because they have their own Gulf Coast area show. And so then that would leave 15, but now some counties are urban, so they don't participate either. And registration is not closed yet. So as of yesterday, we had 51 birds registered, but registration is going until the 13th of March. So I will answer your question with I'm not real sure right now, Ayla, but it's 13 to 15 counties of the Panhandle.
My dad asked, does the chicken or the egg come first?
Jason.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I ask that all the time. What do you guys think?
The chicken.
Okay, where did the chicken come from?
God created it.
I can't argue with that. See, that was quick.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe how long that conversation goes on with kindergartners. Okay, are there any other questions? Okay, no other questions. Well, I am going to stop the recording and we will see y'all on March 28th.